welcome everybody to the Artist Coaching Podcast, the podcast for artists who are serious about their music career. What's up? Welcome,
What?
Ralph,
What am I doing here?
Jay. Yeah, what are you doing here? Like, only
I heard
serious artists here.
something about serious. What the
Get
hell
the
am
hell
I
out of
doing
my
here, dude?
lobby. Get the hell out of
Get
my
me out of
lobby.
this podcast.
I like that with gaming, where you kill somebody and somebody just starts yelling, "Get the fuck out of my lobby!" So nice. Are
I
you
just
guys
love
still?
the mic, the proximity mic, you call it, when you
Oh
kill
yeah,
someone and you hear them like, what the fuck?
yeah. Cheater, cheater.
Yeah.
Are you guys still playing Warzone?
I play a multiplayer Call of Duty sometimes, but because I can
Boring.
just switch it on and like play for 10 minutes and then be too tired.
I
That's
think I
boring.
last played maybe 3 weeks, a month ago.
Yeah, I see Ralph online every now and then, but
Yeah.
he never accepts my invites.
Yeah, because
No,
you're on a different
man,
platform, dude.
leave me
No, it
alone.
doesn't
Stay out
matter.
of my lobby.
I
PlayStation and
know, but
Xbox can play
then
together.
yes, because then you're on
Yeah.
all the platforms. You have to put it crossplay on, and then you're with all the cheaters from PC. That's the problem.
That's the reason why nobody wants to play.
No. Plus, I never trust people who made the choice to buy an Xbox.
Yeah, same.
It was a
Something's
decision
wrong.
made when I was about 15 years old, and I kind of stuck with it. So
That's even worse, man.
no, man, I still
I
like.
could
I just like the
forgive your
controller.
15-year-old, but
You
I
know
mean,
what's
you're
worse?
like 45 now. 45-year-old you actually made a conscious choice. Let's stick to the Xbox.
Dude,
You know
the
what's worse than
controller of
people?
Xbox is just better. Let's just stop the discussion there. The controller is
But
just better.
we don't even compare. Like we
But you
don't
guys
even
have
go.
small hands. You guys have little
What are you
tiny
talking
hands.
about? Why are you comparing? There's nothing to compare, bro.
Yeah, there is a difference. There is a big difference between the controller of PlayStation and Xbox.
Well, I don't care.
Anyway, I see Gerard Francis
care.
agreeing Xbox controller is
Anywho.
better. Welcome Mikey Foden. Welcome Melodramatic. 24 Carat, Greymax, Josh Letiche, Ben Singh, Lion Harris, Williams, Bit3, Michael Foden. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the live stream. A lot of familiar faces, as always. We love to see it. How have you guys been? Anything special happened over the weekend?
I was with my family, and it was a lot of fun. Yeah, very chill weekend. Very family oriented. I always love it. The kids
Okay.
are now 1 and 3, and it's the best time.
1 and
So,
3 is pretty hectic.
Nah, man, that's what they're trying to tell you. It's it's you got to go through that little bit, and don't be such a don't whine
Woozad.
about it.
Wuss. Don't
A
be
wuss
such
ass,
a wuss. No,
Okay.
I actually had an emotional weekend, man.
Tell me.
I swam in my pool last
last time.
Sunday. And yeah, dude, my pool is always 30 degrees Celsius.
Thank you, global warming.
No, really, global warming is one of my strong suits. I'm not good for the climate, although I do drive an electric car that makes me feel a little bit better about my dark side. And no, it was the last time, and now I gotta call her. I shut down the heat pump. No more swimming, except when you want to take an ice bath. Then it's okay.
Hey, Wim Hof. It's Wim Hof time.
Yeah, Wim Hof is not a person you want to compare yourself to.
No, but I do like the cold plunges, though. Kind of feel like it really does something to the body.
I had a good talk with Marlon the other day, and he's like this machine who never gets sick. But this year,
He got sick.
he actually got sick quite a few times. And then I said to him, well, I hoped you showered warm and nice instead of the cold plunges every now and then. But he said, no, I still take those. And then I said, well, if you then also get sick, that's double the hassle. So we actually came to the conclusion it's better to take a nice warm shower, don't do the cold plunges, and yeah,
Okay.
I also think
we
there's not much evidence for like cold showers actually helping. I think it's more of a mental thing that you mentally can overcome things like
I
that. So
think
you
there
can.
is. I think the whole Wim Hof thing proves because they did it with a university. Like they did a whole research on what it did for the body, and it actually worked. So that's why it's interesting.
but the question is always, did it help significantly? Because that's the
Mhm.
part they usually leave out. And I think no, if it would like really be this breakthrough for almost all people, yeah.
They claim that it is, as in if you watch the videos about him, and sure, that's wij van wc eend selling wc
Yeah.
eend, but it seems to be that the theory behind it is actually valid. So yeah,
How I see it, it's like a mental thing. You can show yourself, your own body, that you can mentally get out of situations or stop yourself from like stressing or
You
getting
know,
like in a panic
when
reaction.
when we got our first kid, my wife had big problems
with you.
giving mother's milk. How do you say it? Breastfeeding.
Breast milk.
Mother's milk.
So we read up on it, and everybody's saying that like breastfeeding is way better than giving the kid just the shizzle milk and
Bottle milk.
bottle milk. That's the one. And then I read upon it, and I actually dug deep because I was lying awake at night anyway, and actually it's not even really significantly better. In
Mm.
theory, it is better, but if even the slightest form of stress would pop up, then it would be better to not do it. So the amount of betterness is so little. It's you can't just
It's
neglect it. And I
but it's
think a
not.
lot of the times they say stuff which in theory helps maybe, or sometimes now especially with the politics, like in theory things can be problems but aren't a problem, and the other way around as well.
It's a lot of times in research or the way they put it in the media is like if you have Diet Coke and they say like the stuff that makes Diet Coke sweet is 10 times more likely to give you cancer, that you could say that. But then if the chance of having a normal Coke, the chance of giving you cancer is like 0.0000001, and then that times 10 is still not a lot. But then you have
It's an
also the
acceptable
fact
risk, and then on the other
acceptable risk.
side you have the benefits. Yeah.
Oh yeah, you don't have the sugar, which is noticeably way more dangerous for you or bad for you. So it's like
Yeah.
in those researches, they always also come with one-liners, and you have to really, you should always dig into
Yeah.
if you're
But this
really
is
going to
how the
change your
world
lifestyle.
works.
Dig
Yeah.
into the researcher.
It's
Yeah,
all
but it's
headline reading.
still we all have bias because to be honest, I like my shower nice and warm. It's the one of the only few rooms I can really set the temperature, which is really cool. I mean, I also go on holiday to warmer climates and I pay for that shit, but I can do it in my own bathroom. So I'm like biased. I don't want to believe that it's significantly better. And Joey, on the other hand, I see him smiling there with his bad hair day, and he didn't take a shower maybe. Uh,
I did take a shower.
um, but that's also how it works. So in the
Let's
end, if you want to take a cold shower, Joey, be my guest.
you know, everybody, you do the thing that you think is best. In the end, we all die. So have
That's
fun.
just what I said, man.
Exactly. Let's get back to the
Just
music.
what I said. Yes, let's
Guys,
get back to the music.
the 30-day music challenge has finished. We've entered October and the 30-day music challenge has finished. For those who participated, I hope you had a good time and that you learned something from it. I want to give a shout out to a few of the people that were very active in the Discord and were on it every single day, which is Joost, aka John and Mr. Smith, the Executioner, Rose Hall, and the Nuller. I think I pronounced that well. Like those people were like in there, like full on every day. Like Joost went live every day doing the challenge. It's
Wow,
That's
pretty
cool.
insane.
that's
Yeah.
very cool.
Yeah, so great work, guys. If you've missed this challenge, there will be new ones in the future. We already saw a couple of people asking it in the Discord, so I think the start of New Year might be a good moment to do another one.
Yeah.
So keep an eye on
And
the
what you should
Discord.
learn from it is that you should, without this challenge, also make something every day. I think that's
Yeah, and by the way, Jay,
really a good
I
lesson.
heard from quite a few people after the clip that we posted from you saying that you make music every day. You start the day with like just making stuff, right?
Yeah.
A few people started doing that and they really benefited from it. So
I have so many ideas for tracks. It's crazy. And what's really funny is even this morning I was like I started and I didn't feel like it, but I was like half an hour and I'm literally like we're working on this melody and I kind of hate it, but I'm like 20 minutes left. Let's see. And then it's like it merges into something that now is a very cool idea. And I, of course, obviously I still need to work on it, but it's weird how giving yourself some kind of time you have to keep working on it. It's kind of like because sometimes I would start that before I did this routine. I would start something 10 minutes, I'm like I don't feel it. But if you force yourself to dig a little deeper, you end up somewhere with that idea that can become very cool.
yeah,
I mean, some days it's going to be shit, but I feel like for me, out of let's say 10 days, I get like at least 5 good ideas, which I
yeah.
expected maybe 1 out of 10, but it's way more because you just keep pushing.
And that's probably because that resistance, it's so easy to give into that resistance and feel like, okay, the road less hard. Let's just take that one. I'll just go on to another
Yeah, but
project.
also like, oh, I don't like it, but then you
Yeah,
take liking it out of the equation, so you just keep going,
yeah.
and then
But
your
but
creativity will kick in if
but telling
you.
yourself that you don't like it could also be an excuse in
Yeah, yeah,
disguise by
yeah,
saying, I just don't feel like actually putting in the work. So
yeah.
there's a very thin line between that. So just know that a lot of people benefited from it. It's a good tip. Another news thing: we have one ticket left for ADE.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
One. So I'm not sure if anyone in the chat already bought their tickets. If you want to come, but there's literally one ticket left. There's no extra tickets going to be added. So if you want to come and you don't have a ticket, this will be your last opportunity. One ticket left.
if you're afraid to come alone, hit people up in the Discord to
Yeah,
be like,
man.
hey, it's my first time in Amsterdam or whatever, and be like, hey, can I join? And if you're already going, maybe, and you see someone is alone, reach out
A lot of people will be
go
alone,
there.
man. It's gonna
Yeah.
it's gonna be fun. Like the previous years as well. Even a lot of people came alone, but it's everybody's like-minded. It's all the same people, same interests. So the talking is very easy, very smooth.
Yep.
It's very low bar entry, I would say. So yeah, if you don't have a ticket yet, make sure to buy it now. And another news thing, it's already
Do it.
shilling time. Yeah, it's already shilling time for me personally. The book is finished. The book is scheduled in. I created the audiobook. It's all finished, so it's
Whoa.
all done. Ready. If you want to,
Ready, Freddy.
yeah, really done with it. Like really done with it. If you want to pre-order the book for free, because it's gonna be available for free, you can go to. There's a link in the Discord, and on the website there's also a page called "Happy in a Boring Life," and you can pre-order it there for free. So I will drop it in your inbox on the day of release. And
Joey,
guys,
Is the next book gonna be how writing a book gave me a new burnout?
yeah, probably, yeah.
I think Joey, tip for the next book, you can now use your audiobook to train an AI model with your voice.
I tried. I
Yeah.
tried. I de-
You'll be able to make it work for the next book, and then you don't
Yeah,
need to
I
narrate
gave it a
everything.
try and it sounded pretty like a decent 9, I would say. But I was like, some things I was just like, ah, almost. So I was like, okay, let's just do it myself. It took me about,
No, but now you have a lot of audio of your voice from the
oh
book you're
yeah, but we
recording
only
now.
had the podcast and stuff, man. We have so many
Okay.
content.
Well, but
Yeah,
maybe there's
but
more words. I think there's more of a
Yeah, that's true.
vocabulary in there.
Hey, can you
in
also
our
then
podcast.
load it in and make it Spanish?
Yep. English, Spanish, Chinese, whatever you want.
The audio.
Yeah.
Hola, me llamo Joey.
There's even like there's already software that makes your mouth moves with the Chinese version or with the English version. Like it's insane. Yeah.
How are you
By
gonna
the
do
way,
it?
guys, we received another donation.
No
Melodramatic
way.
coming in with
Hey.
the $50 again to your cold showers of your golden showers.
And in the meantime,
Yikes.
sorry to say, melodramatic. Thank you very much for the donation, but I haven't seen a single cent. And meanwhile, Joey has all these new things
Everything.
on his wall, and like,
No, like I'm gonna be super clear.
So
All the
how's the new
lights.
car, Joey?
Yeah. I just moved places, new office, everything. No, like all these lights I actually got from a friend of mine who works at Calex. This is a sponsorship kind of thing. But he gave it for free, so he was like, order it and yeah, you'll get it from me. So yeah, that's it. So no money spent there. It's on. I don't know. I really don't know how YouTube works, but somehow you don't see all of the money that's being donated.
yeah,
It just
sure,
it just evaporates.
Uh-huh.
sure, yeah. Mhm.
Uh-huh.
No, I'll show you guys the receipts. I'll show you guys the receipts. Anyway, thanks guys for thanks
Thanks,
Melodramatic
Mello.
for another
Thank you.
donation. A question I saw from Ben Singh: did you self-release the book, Joey? Yes, I did. It's kind of the same process as music, to be honest. You just put it out yourself. Distribution is being done by Amazon in this matter. They do the printing piece by piece, and the audiobook will be available through the podcast stream. So that's Spotify uploading. It's all possible without spending $1. It's pretty cool. Oh, just bought the last ADE ticket. Martin Stevenson, nice. So we are
Hey.
sold out, people. Officially sold out.
Boom.
Boom. Really
So
standing
there's
behind.
gonna be extra tickets.
No, this time. Honestly, you know what's fun? Like Danik texted me last week that he had a venue in Amsterdam, like some sort of pizzeria. And he was like, "Hey, would you like to host something here?" And I was like, "Dude, you're like 1 year too late. As in, I always book it 1 year ahead. So maybe next year we might do it in Danik's pizzeria. We'll see, because it was slightly bigger, and next year we might need more spots. So who knows? And pizza, better.
Oh, it's good.
Exactly. What's the time? Let's go to the clip of the week.
Yay.
Where is the clip of the week? Here is the clip of the week. By the way, guys. No, I'll mention it after the actual.
Is he frozen?
Yeah, I think
Oh.
so. Frozen
Hello?
in time.
Hello?
Hey, you're back.
Sorry,
Hello?
the clip wasn't working.
Oh.
Are you the clip?
I am the clip. Okay. Let's share my screen.
We should do ourselves as clip of the week. Like
Yeah.
years ago.
Yeah, this clip went viral.
Oh, dude.
on the-
Talking about that, I'll put up something after this, okay? This is the clip of the week.
This is Ralph. Oh, here
Yeah.
we go.
Yikes.
Clip of the week.
There we go. Every week we talk about a clip which you could send in our Discord. Just a clip that you like or what you would like our opinion on. And this one is James Hype again. The guy has an opinion. Oh.
Is what I mean.
Oh,
10 years ago,
Let's just redo it. There we go. Dude, the
you
audio.
kill your plan B. Here's what I mean. 10 years ago, I was a resident DJ in the north of England. I always earned good money and I always knew where my next gig was. But that wasn't my plan A. I wanted to be an artist. I wanted to make music, play at festivals, travel the world. So even though I had a good job, I quit, sold all my shit, and I moved to London where I was a nobody. I told everyone what I was doing so that my own pride wouldn't let me fail. Slept on the studio floor, worked all day, every single day, until eventually it started to click. When you have no option but to succeed, that's when you'll find a way.
So, I know you guys have an opinion about this, so let's go.
It's a bold strategy and it could work. Um, I wouldn't advise it to anybody else, but yeah, if they want to do it, I mean, just leaving it all behind and go for it can work.
Okay.
Could
Yeah,
also
I
work when you just stay at home and do your shit. I mean, there's this thing called the internet.
Mm-hmm.
Can connect. Yeah, I mean, it's fine that it worked for him, and it's a way, and it's nice of him to tell us how it worked for him. Um, yeah, you got to get out of your comfort zone. That's basically also what he's saying. But yeah, to let everything fall and go all in. Yeah, depends on what the negative aspects of failing could be. I mean, we talked about Toto Wolff here before, who said like if I can bear the worst outcome, that depends on whether or not I will take a strategic decision. Yeah, I think you should look at it like that. So if you have 9 kids at home, it will be an even more bold strategy.
Yeah. What about you, Jopke?
Yeah, I think I wonder first of all how romanticized this story is. I mean, I know he works really, really hard and really worked himself into his success, so I don't doubt that. But more the sleeping on the ground and whatever. But that's one part. The second part is he says like if your only option is to succeed, it sounds like oh to make money I really need to make this work, and I think that financial stress can be a big burden or like a big thing to then also on the side try to creatively be um, reinventing yourself or building an artist brand. So I think in a lot of cases it's probably better to stick to your day job or stick to a smaller job where you can make some money and then next to that build your
Yeah.
artist brand in the late hours, dropping everything and dropping all your social connections and whatever. Yeah, bold strategy, and but it brings a lot of stress which then can also turn against you,
Yeah.
against your art, be building your artist brand, I think.
I 100% agree with that. As in, it might work for him and maybe another 5 people on the planet, but for most people, the financial stress and all the other factors that come in when you do such a thing is just so hard to deal with that your creativity will be the first thing that gets killed, and that's a pretty important ingredient for an artist. So I wouldn't recommend it. It's great that it might have worked for him, but for most people, I would not recommend going all in, leaving it all behind. But having like a side job which takes care of the basic costs, perfect. You know.
Yeah, and I think if you're an artist, you're gonna make shit regardless,
Mm.
regardless of the success. And I think that's also where you wanna keep pushing, regardless of like I have to make it with this track because you're gonna be very disappointed because
Yeah, you're
it
gonna
takes
get
you 100
frustrated.
tracks before you have a level of success maybe,
Yeah.
and then still maybe, or 1,000 tracks and then still it's a maybe, and if you can then maintain it. So there's a lot of factors come into play. But that's why I say it's a very nice, very romantic story of how he probably really did it. But yeah, you should also go your own way. And the high school dropout is always a cool story, and like the Steve Jobs quit school or whatever. But a lot of successful people are like Toto Wolff, and they took calculated risks. So
Yeah. And they've just been consistent for a long period of time.
yes, yes.
Okay. Um, General question to both of you guys regarding branding. Which artists right now, any examples of artists that you follow who nailed the branding side of their careers? Maybe in the techno scene, Ralph, or any scene that you feel like this artist nailed their branding, and what makes it special to you?
Klangkünstler.
What makes it special?
He does what he wants to do. He does what he loves. He actually is like nobody else.
Is
And
that like
he
branding?
has, yeah, man, he throws the biggest parties. If you
But is
see,
that branding in the way of how his personality is, or is that branding in the way of how he positions himself, or how he visually positions himself?
music. I actually don't even
Music.
know how the guy looks, even though he's on camera. But man, it's he's a phenomenon.
So what is it
Yeah,
specifically then? What makes that brand interesting to you? Just the fact that he makes great stuff.
it's the music, the lifestyle, the parties he throws outworld. It looks amazing. It's like really well thought of, and actually, um I mean, I also think that you don't see him that much on socials or so clear, is that he doesn't put himself as a DJ per se in front. It's more about the whole experience.
Mm-hmm.
The most of the production is not behind him as a DJ. He's not like Ghetto who has like the biggest and nicest shit behind him. No, it's in the middle of the room. So if you see the camera from his point of view, then you see so much going on, and it's also on top of the people. It's like this, yeah, this insane party where, yeah, nobody gets to be the star.
Yeah.
And I think that's also, I mean, he plays a lot of trance techno, which is not for everybody. Still, his parties host like 15,000 people capacity. Sells out every time. The people don't they dress up, but it's not too. It's not about ego,
It's not too
and yeah,
fancy.
it's more about equality. I love
Yeah.
it, and
Okay.
he's also getting like a shitload of likes and traction on socials. People talk about it. Yeah, he nails it.
What about you, Jopke?
My favorite example now is Dolla. I just think, like, of course he has huge songs, but I think his brand, and I saw a YouTube video on it, so that's maybe also why I thought about it more. But just the way his artworks are always kind of in line, the way he always looks, the way he dresses, the way his photos are set, the way his content makes him seem very likable, but very like knowledgeable in what he does. So he's leading the charts in his genre, and I
So is
think
that
that's
the personality then that attracts you? The fact
yeah,
that
yeah, yeah. Personality,
yeah,
like the YouTube video said, he's like the guy you would want to go drink a beer with, and then I'm
yeah,
like,
yeah,
that is so true, and it's probably like, of course, that's also his personality, but that is like magnified. They try to
Mm.
make that his personality mostly. But I also like music wise, and um, when he plays a song, other DJs are also watching, and they're like, "Hey, we should play that song
yeah.
too," or "Hey, that's now a cool song." So he's also kind of leading a little bit there.
And now
Um,
that you mentioned this, like, is this something because they clearly thought about it, right? It's like a thought of product, and yes, it's authentic, as in it's him. But
Mhm.
it's really thought of in what they post and what they not post. Is this something you guys think about when you post something, or is it just more like, yeah, post whatever you need to post or something?
For us, I mean, we have sort of shame or something. We don't post anything just bluntly. We're not the persons to do so. We never did by ourselves. Um, and yeah, you do think about how you want to come across. Yeah. And I think also Dom Dolla is a really well example. I
Yeah,
think John Summit is also really good at
yeah, and
positioning himself.
a few people in the chat mentioned Maddix, and I just checked it, but it's
I think so.
kind of
Maddix too.
feels the
Yeah.
same as what you mentioned with Don Dolla, like the personality type of thing. I wonder from like who mentioned it in the chat, like what is it that you mostly like about Maddix's branding? Like, is there a certain thing that pops out? Because most people, when you think about branding, they think about the visuals, right? Like the logo, the colors that you pick. But I think these days, especially, the branding is more about the person than it is about.
But
it's
with
a
Maddix,
sum.
it isn't really about the person.
No,
No,
I think
He's
also,
cool. He's like this. He has this movement going on. I mean,
yeah.
he's the new rave crowd and the techno flavor in there. I mean, he's the bridge between the main stage and techno, and he's branding himself as being rave, and that comes across also in a few of his artworks where it's either rave colors or like neon or the rave smileys and all that kind of
Yeah.
stuff.
So like
And
by
plus,
using little
he's really well invested in the music, and I think that comes across really well.
so by using little small details which are connected to a certain thing that he's trying to build. So the smileys, for example, that helps to kind of set that vibe, right?
Yeah, but to be honest,
And
he's like totally different from Dolla. Dolla, you
yeah,
see him speak a lot in a normal
yeah.
situation when they're in the hotel room, for instance, or in a beach house
Yeah.
and talking about music or just making jokes. And
I think
Maddix
Maddix,
is a total different
yeah, Maddix is
character.
more mysterious, and that might be because his personality isn't like showing all the backstage stuff. But I think the mysterious stuff helps. It works
No, but he's
for
really
for
about the
that genre,
music.
and
I
yeah,
mean,
exactly.
also the acid. He really, yeah, he claimed the acid sound. I mean, Heute Nacht is a big track. And from that point on, yeah, he was doing acid before that. But yeah, he's Mr.
Okay.
Acid to me.
And you mentioned artworks, huh? For you, Ralph, like your latest releases all have this bold, saturated red artwork.
Yeah.
It feels like this is something you thought about, or is it just something
Yeah,
coincidence?
point one, it stands out. I mean, if you're scrolling down, you just immediately get blinded by the harshness of the red. And also it's kind of like black and red, and also with a hint of white. Those are our colors. That's Bassjackers. So you can see it also in the shows. And it's also because it kind of we're always high energetic, a bit explosive, and we think those colors are
Popping.
they fit that
Yeah.
narrative.
So it's thought of, yeah. And what about
Definitely.
you, Jobke? As in, you've been self-releasing a lot lately.
A lot.
Your artworks
A
also
lot.
have a consistent style. Do you work with a designer or do you make stuff
No,
yourself?
I make them myself.
Okay, so
So
what was the thought process there, or is it just a personal taste?
personal taste, just like if you scroll through the releases, that they all have the same feel, color wise and stuff. I'm going in a little bit of a new direction in the near future, but more info about that soon.
Ooh, teaser.
But I think
Ooh.
Jay's going techno.
it was also a period to check
Tech
out
house train.
self releasing, independent, and trying to get that consistency going. And I think I learned a lot from it. But I think if you're gonna you can always switch your branding. I think you don't have to stick to one brand. A lot of artists change their logo, but if you're gonna do something, try it out for some time before you decide next. So if you're like, hey, I'm gonna do this type of artwork, do a few, like
Yeah.
try it out. Try out if it doesn't work. After a while, you need to switch, and that comes to music as well. I think.
I think there's certain things that you can change, but the fundament of everything is something you can't change. So if Dolla would change how he puts himself
If
online,
he
as in
shaves his mustache, his image is
yeah, but
gone.
that's just how he looks, right? But
Yeah, but
not like the
it's
vibe
very
of things.
important. It's very
Sure,
important,
it's
I think,
important to be
for
recognized, but
certain artists.
it doesn't have anything to do with his shows. So
100% it does. It does.
the
Looks how
mustache
it
doesn't
looks.
impact
If
how he
I look
plays.
if I see
No,
Axwell, if I see Axwell on the big screen on a and he's playing a set, this is literally what I see him, I hear the music, I'm like, this guy looks like he knows what he's doing. And that's that kind of like connection you have with that artist. It's how he looks, the way he carries himself, and I think that's so important.
But Axwell has changed his like mustache, not mustache, long hair, short hair. Things didn't
Yeah, I
change.
know,
Like
but
the fundament,
just saying, not Axwell, maybe not a good example. Just how someone looks is just very important
it's
also for the
important, but
brand.
that's one thing that you can change without actually losing fans.
dude,
Like
to be honest,
No, but
no, you
if you shave your mustache, like you probably won't lose any fans. But if you change genre, you will
Dom
lose
Dolla,
fans.
his mustache is that's like Steve Aoki shaving his
It's important.
hair off. It's
It's
like that
very
doesn't.
important because it's
Yeah,
recognizable, but it's not the thing that is unchangeable for the rest of his career. He can start wearing a red party hat for the
but
next time and
we
start doing
don't
that.
judge most of the people based on the music they play.
No,
It's
but
the
for
whole
but
thing.
you do judge
the
them
whole
for the
package, yeah.
lifestyle, for
Whole
the
package.
vibe which they
If
put out.
Jopke would play the same set as Swedish House Mafia did, you would like Swedish House Mafia set way better.
Yep.
Yeah, exactly. It's different. But that's like what I'm trying to
No,
say.
it's
Like
the
the
same
fundament
set,
of the
only a
brand of
different dude.
the fundament of the
Actually, it would
Swedish
make
House
Jay
Mafia
Hardway
is
even
not the music,
more
it's the
impressive because he's
lifestyle.
one person.
It's the vibe that they put out.
I press way more buttons per person
No, but
than
so
they
you
do.
agree the mustache matters.
No?
Damn, am I doing another conversation?
Yeah, you
I
do.
said if Jopke would play the exact same set as Swedish House Mafia,
Yeah.
you would like Swedish House Mafia set better.
Yeah, but that's not
Even
because of
though
the mustache
Jopke
or
would
how
play it with 2 arms and not 6 arms.
That's
No, that-
only because of how I look. That has
no, that's
nothing
not
else to
because of
do
how
with,
you look. It's because of Oh,
Oh,
what the fuck? Is the live stream still here?
yeah, you're here.
you
Oh,
always
big-
say that around this time, and it's
Yeah,
always here.
Yeah,
so
but it's
let's.
kind of I have this picture-in-picture thing, which is like layered on top of YouTube, but that just quits halfway through.
Smells like excuses. You were losing the argument.
No, wait, I'm gonna share my screen. I'm gonna fuck
Oh,
you.
someone in the comments said Morton shaved his head on stage. Nobody left. I think that is quite funny, Jared Francis. But I
There
think
you go.
Yeah.
Picture-in-picture mode closed.
Whoa,
Ralph.
dude.
now,
Inception.
phew.
Inception, dude.
But Morton, his hair was not so much a thing as Dom Dolla, his mustache. It's like for Dom Dolla, it's a big thing.
No,
is the
but it
mustache.
is. If Morton would be dressing up differently,
If he didn't have tattoos, it would change.
His image is still like this pretty rough guy, and he still looks amazing. And with the whole the ink and everything, man,
He
even
still looks
if I
like
look.
Hey, quick break. If you're an artist who's serious about growing his career, but you feel stuck and you don't know what to do, you feel overwhelmed, that's exactly what we help you with at Artist Coaching. At Artist Coaching, we offer one-on-one personal coaching for DJs and music producers who want to turn their passion into a sustainable career. Whether you're struggling with finishing your music, building your brand, or just figuring out how to stand out, we've been there and we can help. If that sounds like you, head over to artistcoaching.nl and book your free intake call so we can check where you're at in your career and see if we can help you. All right, back to the episode.
Look at
Viking.
Marlon, but if you dress up Marlon with a shirt with buttons and you make him all tidy, then it's just different. Just different.
Community questions.
Every week we take on questions in this podcast, which you can send into the Discord. And if you are looking for the Discord, the link is in the description. First question that got sent in is by Melodramatic. Here's a
Boom.
question for Joey. Hey, that's new.
Oh, I'm gonna take some coffee. You want something,
If
Joppe?
you had
Coffee.
to
I
teach
didn't
a
take
masterclass on something
Mm.
completely outside your expertise, what would you choose and why?
It wouldn't be a masterclass.
Hey!
If you had to teach a masterclass on something completely outside of your expertise. Completely outside
Dressing
of
up
your expertise.
nicely. That's completely.
What I would like to be great at is like plants and stuff, like learning how to work with a lot of different plants, how to treat them, and how to make sure they survive and get them growing. And it's a niche which I'm interested in. I would like to know more about, but it's very complicated.
Can I say something to Melodramatic?
Sure.
Please don't ask these questions to Joey, man. We're talking about plants now. This is on you, man. This is on you.
This is on you. Next question from Legend. Question for Ralph.
Oh,
How have you met Marlon and what
plants. Oh.
how have you met Marlon and what motivated you both to become Bassjackers?
Well, I've known Marlon since high school, and I was always making music. And when I think we were in Tilburg, and he started playing music. He bought a not a CDJ, but a Technics. You know, the how do you call it? The record player, the real one with the records.
Yeah, the
big.
Technics SL 1200 or something.
And then he started to play from his iPod back then to the record player and back. And at some point, he also started throwing parties, and that's when I said to him, "Let's see if I can make something you can play there," and that's when it all started to.
Dude, you just mentioned the thing I wanted to show. I forgot about it.
Kelder Club.
I actually found an invoice. Wait, I'm gonna share my screen.
An
I was going
invoice.
through some old stuff last week. I don't know why this popped up, but let me share it. This is like oh no, I can't share it, by the way. There's something on there which isn't. Yeah, I can just show you this. I found an old invoice.
Is it 150 euros?
Yeah, $150 to play at Kelder Club.
We paid you?
You paid me.
Oh, you paid us?
No, you paid me for playing an hour or something. $150. This was on
Damn.
Sick.
in 2007, 1st of November 2007.
Ah, yeah, that's when, and also Bassjackers is from 2007. I think this would be because we were playing gigs then, and we had to find somebody on short notice, or else me and Joey. No, I'm kidding. No, that's the time. Yeah, he started throwing those parties, I think, from 2006 up until 2008.
Okay.
That's where it all started.
So another question from Jelly Boner. He's back. The DJ Mag results are in, and I want to hear your thoughts on this year's voting. I noticed that a lot of, if not almost every OG EDM name dropped this year, and the techno tech house DJs have overtaken them again. Vinay dropped the hardest. What's your thought on that? I can actually share the one.
Yeah, I checked it out. It's totally true. It's
There we go.
yeah.
Mikey Foden put it into the Discord. So Marlon Hofstad number 100.
Yeah, it's weird. He should be way higher. I also I don't agree with everything. I'm feeling a little bit ashamed that we're one place above John Summit.
Where
That's
are you?
not okay.
Where are you? Which number?
We're 45 and John Summit is 46. That's the difference that marketing makes. I mean, we asked people to vote for us, and I haven't seen John Summit do it. And then people maybe don't, and then you can get these results. Like also Tiesto should be way higher, of course, and but it gives an insight, gives an idea. And you can see that there's a lot going in the dance landscape.
Yeah, man. I
There's
see
all these names we never seen, and a lot of the old school names are dropping.
Black Coffee on number 17, which has a typo, by the way, but Black Coffee number 17. Kind of Music 20. Reinier Zonneveld 22nd.
I mean, Afro House is doing big, and Reinier Zonneveld. Yeah, I mean, it's all kind of logic. Charlotte de Witte, I think she entered the top 10 for the first time. I'm not sure, to be honest. I don't know these lists. Fisher at 7 is also totally agreeable.
I'm not sure who made this, but there's a lot of typos in here.
Maybe. Ooh?
Plastic Funk, but it's Plastic Funk.
Yeah, the L fell off because it's plastic.
Also, with Plastic Funk, they didn't have his press photo on the website. I saw, but I don't know if they fixed it by now. But I was also a bit like,
I see Dub Vision in.
Yeah, Dub Vision.
Phantasm is also cool. Vinay is Vinay now, I see. At 94.
Wow.
Chris Lake 95 is also bollocks.
I do remember.
The guy's killing it.
I do remember one time they posted a photo of Bassjackers, and then Bassjackers the name was under it during the reveal.
Classic.
Yeah. That's the old school mix-up, but it's a good
but I think,
observation. Yeah, there's
I think how Ralph says it. I think how Ralph says it is it's kind of a good representation of the most popular names in dance music right now. And of course, some names are going to be in there that shouldn't. Some names should be in there and aren't, and some should be higher and lower. But overall, it's a pretty good, like, hey, you want to book a popular DJ?
Yeah.
Here are the 100 of the most popular. I think that's how you should look at it. And I guess David Guetta number 1. For me, it does make sense, and I think he's still for dance music very relevant.
It's Martin Garrix, right? Oh no, it's
Martin
Guetta,
Garrix is too. Yeah,
exactly. A question for Jay from Josh Letizier. That
Yes.
rhymes. You used to do vlogs of your tours. As someone who wants to start doing vlogs, do you have any advice, and why did you stop doing them?
Advice is just film and have someone film you the whole time. That's key. I think you want those moments where you don't feel like being filmed. So like backstage, and sometimes you just feel like, oh, now there's a camera on me. But I think you need if you have someone filming constantly, it gets more natural. So
Yeah,
you
you
kind of,
capture those real moments.
but yeah, but this is key. You need someone that also is still present when the camera's on. So it's a friend or your girlfriend or whoever you travel with, that they're not just disappearing, because it's not like, oh, now we are filming, I'm going to be quiet. It should be like, hey, I'm filming, we're just doing what we do normally,
Yeah.
because then you get a real good representation of like, what do you do on tour?
You
And
know, what's always a big mistake is turning on the camera and then it's rolling now. It's
yeah,
like,
yeah, 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 yeah,
oh,
that's what I
you're
mean.
a comedian.
Yeah.
Oh, make a joke. Yeah,
Yeah,
no,
yeah,
that's
that's how
not
it
how it
feels. That's
works,
how
you
it
know?
Yeah,
feels.
then you start acting.
Yeah,
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 yeah. And you just shoot the whole time and
yeah.
then filter down, because then you get like honest responses, and those are the most cool to see.
The most
Yeah,
genuine
yeah, yeah,
ones.
yeah. And
Okay.
yeah, I mean, clip a lot from it as well for TikTok, and then refer to your vlog. So if you have a tour, Josh, you go to Asia, there's always going to be little funny moments or some cool food, and I think you already do that. But then if you post a little clip and then refer to the vlog, I think that's
Yeah.
cool for people who want to go a bit more in depth. Um,
Yeah, just
and
use the bot.
why
Use the
did I
bot that we use as well. Like, let people comment vlog, and then they get the link to the vlog, right? Like those type of things.
yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
And why did I stop? Yeah, I don't. I guess I tour a bit less, and then it just gets kind of out of your routine. But I'm definitely planning on doing it more. But I think also if you tour less, and the fees are a bit less, there's less budget also to always travel with someone.
It's pretty
And I think
costly,
you
right?
really, for a good vlog, you need someone that is always with you, because then you get also the most natural kind of representation. Because otherwise you get like, oh, I hire a camera guy, and then like Ralph said, we're rolling, Jay, do something funny,
Yeah.
you're on camera now.
And it's not only that. We actually noticed also, we talked about this exact subject. You notice it grabbing some attention again, because people didn't like the edited shorts, reels, how you want to call it. All the edited stuff video, they didn't like it. People were like craving for genuine stuff, one shots that were like genuine representations of something that was going on. But you actually see a big shift now, and I've seen it a lot on TikTok and Instagram as well, that like the edits again of the lifestyle, that you get amped up to go somewhere, and I actually, that's really cool. We used to do that a lot, but then we saw the interest just going down, and then you're going to ask yourself, man, why go to all this trouble for this when
But
nobody
what do you
cares
mean
about
when
it?
you say the edited versions? As in it?
I mean, we're talking about edited. You have to edit all these events together and make a clip out of it.
Oh, like that. Yeah.
Yeah, we used to do it. We called it Every Time an After Movie, or
Yeah.
A
Exactly.
Day in the Life, and all that kind of stuff. And it's totally back. But
Okay.
people weren't interested in that shit 2 years ago.
Okay. Question from Ed Lev. What do you guys think about physically being at shows and connecting to DJs and artists, or do you think mostly being active online is important?
Both.
Yeah, both. But you gotta go places. You'll change your whole perception of even music. Like you can listen to all the music online. Once a track hits at a show, it opens a whole new register in your
Yeah,
head
but not
of
only that.
inspiration.
Online, you connect, try to connect, and then when you then see each other somewhere physically, then it's like, hey. It's
Yeah.
way easier than you're gonna go into a cold approach somewhere in a backstage where there's like tons of people. I mean, imagine yourself being backstage and you see the great Joey Suki standing there with his entourage, and
Alive
he's
and
surrounded
kicking.
by 4 or 5, maybe 6 people, and you have to go up because you want to talk to Joey Suki. And he never talked to you. There's no form of a connection. Those moments are always awkward because the 5, 6 people that are with Joey will also look at you and you will go like, hey, you're Joey Suki, right? And that's just weird. But if you already connected, then Joey will go like, hey, you will have this little
It's like, hey,
bromance
you're that
going
guy.
on.
Yeah.
And man, makes it so much easier.
Hey.
And that's
Hey, DM guy, it's you.
hey, yeah, but that's how it goes. And
Oh.
yeah, so
Joey's
try to connect everywhere. It's N online, offline, everywhere.
Perfect. Okay.
That's a really good point. But also, if you didn't get the chance to connect offline, just be awkward, but have something simple to say that doesn't
Yeah,
interfere with someone's. You could just walk up to Joey and say like, "Hey, Joey, love your stuff. I want to just introduce myself," and be off. And then
yeah.
maybe there comes a talk out of it, maybe not. But
Yeah.
have something small to say like that. Then
See
you
if there's
don't make it
common
that awkward.
grounds. Like do your hair really bad and then go to him like, hey, look, my hair is really bad as well.
Don't use any hair products. That's like a common shared interest. Question
We can
from
say the
future.
same.
When top producers like yourselves get stuck on a track, is it usually because of a creative block, like not knowing what to do with the break or the drop, or is it usually more of technical struggle, like trying to make the sound polished and at a professional level?
Both. Yeah, sometimes you just cannot get something to work. Yeah, we have our limitations. And
Yeah.
sometimes you just don't know where to take it. I mean, I've been working on this track the last 2 weeks, and I just it has like brilliant 40 seconds, and I don't know where to take it.
And then it just drops like
Well, it's the
done.
hardest part of making music is
Yeah.
gluing it all together.
But you know what always surprises me is people tend to think that like top producers or top artists never struggle. Like they never run into problems. They just go into the studio and they make world hits on like every single day. It's not working like that. Like they
I think
struggle with the same issues.
I think why that seems the way it is. Of course, we struggle, but I think we accept the struggle. We accept that, hey, now I'm stuck, but I'm going to keep going at it. And then there will be a point where sometimes you just kind of retire a project. You're like, okay, now I've worked on it. I exhausted all the possibilities there. And with experience, you know, usually when that is, or focus on more important projects. But I think that accepting of, okay, I'm stuck. Let's just see. Maybe I try a different break, or I put in a piano there instead of strings, or whatever. But accepting that, I think that's why maybe we
Yeah,
seem confident. But that's how I also don't really believe in like real writer's block. It's you really just have to sit down and just do it, and maybe you're gonna make it worse, and maybe you'll make it better. But yeah, you'll struggle, and if you can accept
Yeah.
that, you'll be.
it's
That's the point.
always problem solving. There's a problem, and you have to solve it
Yeah.
continuously, and you get adjusted to it. But also, to be honest, there's so much difference between producers. Also, I've worked with so much people that are way more talented than I am, and they just solve it like this, whereas I would just struggle big time.
Yeah, but they might struggle with different things that go easy to you,
Yeah,
right?
but I just want to point out
Yeah.
there's like this different degrees of
Yeah.
talent, and
True.
yeah,
Question from Music IDs. What do you predict will happen to music producers in the future given the recent advances in AI created music? Honestly, it scares me because imagine record labels and platforms might choose cheap AI tracks instead of paying real artists. I wouldn't worry about it too much, to be honest, at least for
no,
now. As in, sure, labels might choose cheap AI tracks. I don't really see why, but let's say they do. Um, yeah, I don't really see people coming to AI shows unless they really have a fan base. So yeah,
If you're getting in now, it's still early enough that you can still have a huge benefit of learning producing and learning how to use samples and learning how to use AI.
mm,
So you can have a big advantage of people who are like, I want AI to make a hit for me, because that's not how it
yeah,
works. I don't think that's how it will ever work. So if you now is still early enough to be very creative by using AI. Also, labels will choose for the cheapest of cheap options. They will turn more and more towards AI. I have a very big news for all you people who create music. You can always create music. You don't need anything for to make music. Making money off music is gonna be maybe more tricky, but yeah, here we're trying to also show like, hey, you're building an artist brand, and I always have the thought of, yes, my music, if it gets in some money, great, but I mostly want to perform. I want to play shows, and that's where I think your focus should be on. I think that's the has always been and will always be the money maker. But don't you worry, you can always create. So you don't, even if AI takes over the whole industry,
Yeah,
you
but
can
this
Don't
is
you
still
this is
worry,
create
don't you
music.
worry,
but this
child.
is more about the making money part, I guess.
Yeah,
As in,
yeah, I know.
I really don't see why labels would go with cheap AI tracks. I kind of
Because
feel
of
like,
this.
yeah, but I kind of feel
Dinero.
like,
Dinero, yeah.
yeah, but I kind of feel like that will be saturated very quickly because there will be a shit ton of music released, and I don't know, like I don't see
I
a
think
business
there's going to be
model.
labels that still do it the old-fashioned way, but those are like also artists themselves. But I think the big majors are always trying to cut corners and make as much money for as little effort. I think that's just how the
Yeah, but
how
don't the labels make money, especially when artists have a huge fan base, which gets them plays? Because if you don't have a fan base and you just put out AI music, the only way to make money is being playlisted, I guess. Like I don't see another way how other people would discover you, your music at least.
yeah,
What are
yeah,
you saying,
playlists, I
man?
guess. Yeah,
I
I
didn't
Well,
see.
I don't
listen.
see how streams come in if there's no fan base. If that AI thing hasn't got a fan base which
I
attracts
get
streams.
playlisted. I know a
Yeah,
lot of
exactly. So that's the only real
DJs.
way. But that becomes very saturated very quickly, and that's already happening. Like there's too much music being released. There's only a couple of
Yeah,
slots
but
in
you have
playlists.
also all
So
these forms of different listeners, consumers. I mean, most of them are not like really active listeners.
no, that's true. But I
Yeah.
mean, like there's only an X amount of slots for playlists. So if let's say
True.
the lo-fi playlists, there's probably 100,000 lo-fi playlists, and maybe 1,000 of them are actually active and actually like making income. But there's only an X amount of like slots there, right? And I kind of feel like if everybody's starting to make like AI music, doesn't matter. There's only still an X amount of slots. So I don't really see how labels can make a living from that unless that label has a big fan base or a big playlist, which they can kind of use themselves. But there needs to be demand, right, in some kind of way.
Yeah, kind of
I
way.
think a lot of people, like the problem, let's say, is the consumer just wants, a lot of the consumers just want to press play and don't think about what music's coming their way. And
Yeah,
that's the average Spotify consumer you're dealing with. They don't care how something is made, or is it some band that exists or not. Of course some do, but I think most of it is also just like, hey, I want something on the background or
To be honest,
something
yeah.
while I'm working
I
out.
listen
And
more on SoundCloud nowadays than Spotify.
Oh, really?
Ah, man.
Hmm.
You know, we actually, our inbox was full. We couldn't get it messages anymore.
On
We,
SoundCloud.
yeah, hey, we went through the whole SoundCloud. Man, we ran into the funniest shit.
Hmm.
Also, we actually noticed old messages by big DJs now who sent
It's
us
like,
tracks. You
yeah,
know what? We actually also. I mean, we've always responded pretty much. I think on average, and but it's funny, man. You can see a lot, but we could. It was just full, and now it's
hmm,
empty. And we can get direct messages again.
I
And
see
yeah.
I see music ideas in the YouTube chat saying, I really want to be proud of my music, so I do not understand the idea of creating something with AI.
Yeah.
But I mean, I think that's okay. I
yeah.
mean, that's amazing. You don't use AI, but the software you use is also, a lot of it's also AI. Like if you use randomize on a preset, that's kind of AI. But
And
that's maybe technical. But what I try to say is, you can make something and be proud of it without being dependent of like the what the track
Yeah.
does
And we're
onward.
talking about human nature. I mean, uh, I drive I think a nice car and it costs too much money. And then people sometimes say to me, "Wow, nice car." But it actually not even a compliment for me. I mean, I'm just a sucker who paid way too much money for it. I didn't build it or even
For the
thought about
designer.
it.
Yeah.
No, yeah, it actually says something about me that I'm the dipshit who pays too much money for the stupid logo that's on the car. But it's a weird compliment, and I also people say Ghost Productions or whatever now AI, and people will still take credit for putting it out. I mean, we're weird human beings and do these irrational stuff, and it's kind of the same. So I actually totally get what the name was said. I forgot the
Music
name.
ideas.
Music ideas.
Yeah, and I actually totally agree. But yeah, that's also not reality for most of us.
We also need to talk about the poll that we put out last week, which was in the Discord. We put
Oh,
a poll
yeah.
which said, "When you discover a new artist, do you care about the monthly listeners?" 18 people voted, and 16 people, so that's 89%, said no, not really. So they don't look at the monthly listeners.
Liars. No, I always look at it. I mean, it says something about an artist, but it doesn't
It's
make
kind
me
of like
like the music better or not. Yeah.
it's kind of like I also thought about it this week. Also, when I go to someone's Instagram, I'm like, hey, look at this person's Instagram. I saw a funny reel, and then you go to their profile and you see, oh, only 1,000 followers. Well,
Mm.
then maybe they're just they fluked with that one funny video. Whereas someone has 1 million followers, like, oh, this person is a professional, and so and that's the same with monthly listeners. Sometimes you're like, hey, this is such a cool track, and then I do go to the thing and then listeners, and then sometimes I'm like, oh, he should have more, or sometimes you're just like, oh wow, he has so many, I didn't expect that many.
Mm.
So I think it's kind of like it's almost a bit like followers. It's a bit of a popularity thing as
Yeah.
well.
Okay.
So I do
Shilling-
think we have 16 liars to
Shilling,
to-
shilling time, guys. Is there anything to shill from your end?
No, for me it's still the same. A day after the 3rd of October. That's a day after tomorrow. Fuego will be out, and we also actually uploaded last week our live edit of Beethoven's aria, and that's the one. It's on SoundCloud. You can download it, and it's where we meshed up our Beethoven's aria for release with aria by RG, the big hit, and it's a cool edit to play, and it's for free, man.
It's free. It's what we like.
And we still have our MK Dior bootleg on there, and it's actually getting a lot of support. Hartwell, Armin played it, so that's cool. And yeah, we actually have a lot of cool stuff. We're actually having a revealed release.
Me
Sick.
too.
You too? You made music?
He's shilling something. Joey Suki is back.
I have something. I have something to shill as well. My book is pre-orderable on the website. You can go to artistcoaching.nl and pre-order the book if you want it for free.
And the release?
It will come on the 22nd in the week of ADE actually. So if you want the book, make sure to
Book. But
pre-order
what
it.
about your release? Wait, don't just
I'll just I'll
don't
mention it
just
later.
post us like that.
I'll mention it later. It's not the time.
Eh.
Don't forget to submit your clips for next week or the questions you might have for us in the Discord. And also, please let us know what you would like to see or get in the Discord community or in this podcast. We would like to get some feedback on what things that you would like to see or hear from us. Make sure to drop that in the Discord as well. And don't forget to like and subscribe this podcast, follow it, rate it, and review it. So that helps us reach a bigger audience. And go check out artistcoaching.nl. Don't forget to check out
Jocko didn't
Artist Coaching.
have a shill
The
yet.
thing is still going. Music ideas. He said, I mean, the people that know nothing about music and go for an AI, click a button and get a song. It doesn't make sense.
True.
I mean,
Yeah, it does make
yeah,
sense.
I agreed, but it is possible. So, but don't connect with those people. Connect with people who love creating, and
Exactly.
you'll be good.
Okay, everyone.
I don't have
your
anything
week.
to shield, so
Yeah, he said no, so that's why I continued.
Mm.
Enjoy your week. Hope to see you next week again, and thank you for tuning in. Bye.